If you're from Armenia or if you're looking to travel for Armenia, today's episode of The Untold is the one for you because, Lejane, today we have two special guests.
Yes, they're two students from Armenia, Elen and Karine, who are studying in Kuwait University, and they're studying, I think, Arabic, which I think is quite amazing.
Yeah, honestly, props for the producers of The Untold because we've had a series of guests who are here learning Arabic. And for me personally, I never knew we had students in Kuwait learning Arabic because, when you think about the education of Kuwait, immediately you go for, lawyers, doctors, engineers, right? But to think that we have students who are pursuing, foreign studies here in Kuwait is really something to be proud about and really something to be happy about. And that's the reason why I'm really excited for today's episode.
Me too. I think sometimes we take for granted how beautiful our language is and how our culture might want to be studied by other people, because for us it's our everyday life. So we don't think about it too much. So to see two girls from Armenia with a passion for it, and I'm curious to also learn about Armenian culture, because I've never been there.
Well, I've been to Armenia, cuisinely, if that's a word, and I can attest that the food is very delicious. But I am curious about finding the rest of Armenia looks like. With that in mind, we are going to get on a very quick break. We'll come right back after this one. Welcome back to our linguistic edition of The Untold. Of course, we are joined by Elen and Karine. So first, welcome and thank you for joining us on The Untold.
Thank you very much for having us too. It's a great pleasure to be here for us now.
Elen and Karine are both from Armenia, but are studying here at Kuwait University. And before we dive into what we want to know about Armenia, I want to ask, what are you guys studying here?
Here we study language, the Arabic. But in our homeland, we used to study all with each other, history, culture, language, everything.
That's amazing. It encompasses so many different things. And I think it's really cool that you're in Kuwait studying Arabic language. Have you learned a lot of Arabic?
Yeah, of course, we can speak easily.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and it is a new word for us, and we are trying to explore and to discover it.
Well, it's amazing that you're trying to discover it in an Arabic land as well. I think that makes the immersion much easier and learning the language.
Yes, because learning language, it's really great to live with the people who speak that language. And this is a great opportunity for us to enhance our language.
That's amazing. And yeah, it is right. I have heard that, Abdullah, that whenever you want to learn a language, it's best to be around people who speak the language. That's like the easiest and fastest way to learn.
Yeah, honestly, when I was a good English speaker, but only when I studied outside is when my English really improved. So I do want to thank you for especially choosing Kuwait as your learning hub. But I do want to ask you, why Kuwait specifically, and why Arabic in a more specific terms?
First of all, I want to thank all of you, as here is everything so warm, and people, when they know that we are speaking here in Arabic, oh, it is just nice. Thank you very much for that support too. And why especially Kuwait? First time when I knew which countries I can choose to come, Kuwait came and told me, okay, you must come Kuwait. And I decided that really Kuwait is really interesting. People are really here warm, so and they have hospitality, so I shall choose Kuwait, and I came here.
Alhamdulillah, thank you.
Same applies to me. I also, when I first knew which countries I can choose to come here, and I also choose Kuwait because it's, I don't know, my heart just say this one, and I've just chose it. And also Armenians and Kuwaitis are really similar. Armenians are very hospitable people, and same I saw here, people are really hospitable, and whenever we go and ask someone, I want this, can you help me, or which way we can go, they were more than happy to help us, and I don't have any doubt, and I'm really happy that I am today here, and I will never regret for this choice.
That's really beautiful. And I agree. I think Kuwait is very hospitable and loves to welcome people. And it's amazing to hear that Armenia shares the same values. So I'm sure that makes you guys feel more at home here. But what is something about Armenia that whenever you think about it makes you feel like that's home?
I would say hospitality, because people, Armenians, take hospitality to their heart, and whenever you go a village or city, doesn't matter, people will always call you to come to their home or invite you around a cup of coffee to sit and talk, and especially when you go in some mountainous village and someone else's home, they will offer you coffee or homemade preserves or something else, and you will talk with them, their smile, you will never feel yourself stranger in Armenia. And when I saw the same here, that made me feel home. So I would say that.
That's amazing. And it is actually very similar to Kuwaiti culture as well.
Yeah, honestly, it brings very much lighthearted and love to my heart whenever we hear people talk about, our hospitality, because honestly, we live in it, so we cherish it, but sometimes it goes unnoticed because we are so ingrained in it. So whenever we hear it from outsiders, especially who are here and talking about it, it makes us feel extremely proud, extremely happy. So thank you for the kind words.
Thank you very much too. People here really are very, very hospitable, and we like it the most. And even sometimes we don't even ask, maybe know this thing or the other. Always when people see us, they came and tell us, do you need any help, and so on. And we are only happy for that.
I do want to ask you about something, because when I was studying outside, we had a little area that was like 2 hours away from my place. It was called Little Armenia.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, honestly. And so the thing about Little Armenia is that it was known for having the best food. So all of those 2 hours were worth it. So I do want to ask you, food aside, what is the most you miss about Armenia?
I would say weather, because in Armenia weather is cold, not always cold, but not as hot as here. Or all seasons in Armenia are well expressed. You can both see cold and snowy winters and also hot summers, and even autumn and spring are well expressed. In autumn you can see the golden city, leaves from trees are falling down, and that's very beautiful. Here the weather is so hot, and the first time when we came here, it's like, oh my god, how are we gonna survive it? And then we got used to it, so I'm gonna say weather.
I would like to speak about people, friends, family members, of course, and landscapes. While I was in my homeland, I used to hiking, so sometimes I feel that I'm missing that landscapes, that wind, and everything.
No, that's very understandable. Like, I love Kuwait, but it is way too hot in the summer. And I think that's what most people, when they first come to the country, are the most shocked about before they get used to it. And we don't have the proper seasons like the autumn where the leaves fall and snow. I'm sure that's something very beautiful to see. When I was younger, I used to always dream about seeing all these different seasons, and I didn't get to until I lived abroad myself. And I miss the spring the most because I love flowers a lot. Although in winter here in Kuwait, we get some very beautiful flowers and plants. And the weather is very nice in winter, I feel, in Kuwait. You can do a lot of outside stuff, go to the desert, even the beach. So it's nice to see the differences that there are. And it's so cool that you got to do hiking in Armenia. I feel like that's pretty fun.
Yeah. Actually, it is not a great problem as it is hot here, because we like hot weather and we like sun, so sometimes we enjoy. We call our parents, and in Armenia it is cold. We say, oh, and it is not here cold, it is hot, and
We are
we are
still
enjoying it. Yeah.
So you came to the right place then, for sure.
Yes.
I think I may be the only person in the world who prefers the summer of Kuwait instead of the winter.
Really?
For some reason, I just hate winters. I'm all about, being in the hot summers and everything. I do want to ask you, if we are to ask you about Armenia, like, how would you describe it for those unfamiliar with it?
Okay, Armenia is small country, but we cannot talk about its history because Armenia's history is very long, and it has rich culture. And if you want to see beautiful mountains, mind-blowing nature, you can visit Armenia, and you will enjoy yourself, and also people.
Yeah, of
there.
course. If you want to appear in an atmosphere which is followed by warmth, hospitality, you must go to Armenia, and of course, which is surrounded by mountains, and it is rich in traditions. So you will discover many things, not only nature or not only the people, all with each other.
That's so cool. I think it's beautiful that your country has such a rich history and so much to see there. I've never been, but I would love to visit. And actually, I want to ask you, since Abdullah mentioned he is aware of the food, what is Armenian food like?
We have many. By the way, when you asked what do you miss the most, I wanted
Delicious.
to mention, yeah, it's really delicious. I would like to mention dolma, harissa, but especially when it is cooked by my grandmother.
Grandma's food is
Yeah.
unbeatable.
By the way, all my friends love it, and so we used together with each other at my grandma's home and try many delicious things. But I would tell that too. Of course, there are many. By the way, if one day you will decide to come into Armenia, we will be very happy to welcome you.
Yes.
And you have special place at our home.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing and beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have to take you up on that offer one day.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, with how delicious the food is, you got to take that offer.
Yeah. By the way, what do you tried? What have you tried?
I honestly could not remember a single name. I just remember going there, seeing the menu, looking at the pictures. I'm like, this one, okay, this one, this
Yeah,
one.
as the names
Yeah.
are really difficult.
Yeah, they are difficult. Extremely delicious, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
I do want to, sway this conversation a little bit toward your studies of language. So, as someone who really loves the Arabic language and tries as hard as he can to, talk about it and persevere it or, support it, what made you choose Arabic?
Okay. Why did I choose my profession, first of all? As I wanted to discover new word, and my profession should help me to discover that word. When I knew about this profession, I told myself, okay, this is the profession that will help me and will guide me to discover new word. And always Eastern culture has been interesting for me, especially after reading Gomes Monte Cristo. I don't know you have read it or not. Yeah, you understand how much good it is when you know new language and you can live, I can say, in new life. So I decided, and when I heard Arabic, I understood that, oh, it is difficult, but I love difficulties, so I shall overcome it. And I decided to choose Arabic, and then I understood that, okay, I was right, now I'm discovering that new word.
What about you, though?
Since childhood, I have been obsessed with Eastern culture and especially Arabic and Arab countries because I really love and enjoy Arabic songs, culture. It's really, really luxurious for me. I like it so much. And about Arabic, I want to continue my study in the field of diplomacy. And as we know, Arabic is one of the 6 official languages of UN, and if you want to use know languages and use that in other spheres, it's really good to know Arabic as well. And Arabic is really a difficult language, and I love difficulties, so I thought, why not? Let's try it, and it's really good.
That's honestly amazing. And I love that you both chose something that was going to be challenging, but you're like, I'm going to take that challenge.
Yeah.
That's actually that made you more interested in it, which is really cool. Because Arabic can be quite a difficult language to people who've not spoken it before. And especially considering how many different variants of Arabic there are. And like, for instance, Arabic poetry is so beautiful, so rich in like metaphors and different things. So it can be quite overwhelming to someone who doesn't speak the language. So it's amazing that you guys chose it, I think. And thank you for that. I think that makes a lot of Kuwaitis very happy when they hear about it, or Arabs in general, when someone takes an interest in your culture or language.
Yeah.
Yes.
And honestly, I think Arabic to us, native speakers of Arabic, it goes underrated for how difficult it is. Because if you ask any of your schoolmates what grades did they pass Arabic with, most of us barely got passed with good grades.
Yeah.
Even for us who were born here, spoken it from such an early age, it's a difficult language.
Yeah.
It has so many rules. So for you to actually know that the language is difficult and be like, okay, no, I'm going to take on that language. That's honestly kudos to you, major props to you. And thank you for choosing Arabic to also, improve it and spread awareness about it.
Yeah, and we want to thank you for supporting everything. While we are even speaking, when you support us, oh, it is good, oh, do you know, it is really great pleasure for us.
Yes.
And we enjoy that process even speaking. Even sometimes if we make mistakes, if it is really difficult language, but when we feel that support, we understand that, okay, we can grow.
Yes, people are very supportive here, and when we are talking Arabic and we are thinking, oh, we pronounced this word wrong or said that is wrong, and then there are many people who are really supporting us, and even one of them told, "You're speaking better Arabic than me, mashallah." And I was like, wow, that's really great.
It's honestly very joyful and very, happy. It makes us to know that our people are very supportive of your endeavors. And so we do want to thank you for that. But we also have to go on a very quick break, and we'll come right back after this one.
Welcome back from that short break. We were talking with Elen and Karine about their love of Arabic and why they're studying it, and also their beautiful homeland of Armenia. And actually, Armenia has a very beautiful language. So I want to ask you a bit more about that. How do people react when they hear you speak Armenian?
When we are speaking in Armenian, of course, there are many people from different nationalities. Sometimes when we are speaking to each other, they can catch a word, then ask us, for example, what does it mean? And when we say, we notice that they are going to use it. And sometimes they come and say, do we pronounce it correctly, and tell that word. Sometimes even they ask me to help for learning the language, and we are only happy for that.
Yes, and one of the many things they told is about it's hard. The language is hard. How do you even pronounce that words? And at the same time, they also told us that it is a soft language. It is catching their ear in a beautiful way, and we're glad to hear that.
Yeah, especially, by the way, thank you in Armenian is very long, and every time when they ask how may I say that word in Armenian, and we say how they can say it in Armenian, they maybe try 3 days to get used to that word, so it is really difficult, but at the same time it is beautiful.
Wait, so what is the word? Can I ask?
Okay, Շնորհակալություն.
It is long. Wait, say it again.
Շնորհակալություն.
Շնորհակալություն.
Almost.
Շնորհակալություն.
Շնորհակալություն.
Yeah.
The second half is where I'm messing up, I think.
It sounds like you're asking, how are you today? But in Arabic,
Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
It means thank you. Շնորհակալություն.
Շնորհակալություն.
Nam.
Okay, I'm speaking Armenian now.
Yeah.
I was hearing you speak Armenian before, and the dialect sounds familiar, but I can't quite place it. The accent themselves. And you were mentioning that there are some different accents in everything Armenia.
When maybe it is from we are learning Arabic, and so the Arabic and the Armenian, we already speak with the same accent, but no, they are not very look like each other, but they have similarities.
So was learning Arabic, because I know for a lot of foreign speakers who are trying to learn Arabic, the thing that they really find hard is how we have, female and male objects. Like, are the Armenian language have the same, or is it like English, everything is an object?
No, there is no, but it has not been difficult for us,
because we have learning Russian from school, and in Russian it's like that, so for us it's not something new, so when we learned it wasn't difficult.
Yes, and as the grammar of Armenian language is really difficult, after that grammar we can learn Arabic grammar easily too.
Okay, cool, because Arabic grammar is considered quite difficult. We have a lot of different rules in it. Is Armenian similar to Russian at all?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to ask.
There is one more point. Armenian has many vowels and almost every letters, so that makes things easier to learn other language. That really helps us.
What's so funny about that is this is when I was outside, and one of my friends who's from Mexico, he said, how is your language considered one of the hardest when it only has 27 letters? I was like, well, each of those letters can have many movements. Each of those letters can come many places. So when you were learning Arabic, what was the most difficult part about it? Was it the word, the grammar, the sentence structure?
It was the letter Ain.
I know.
Yes, that's hard for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Yes, as we don't have ein,
Yes.
and the,
Oh
the,
yeah.
nam. Yes, sometimes I speak in Arabic. It was really difficult, but only pronunciation. During the time we get used to it, and here we are trying to develop and to improve it too.
Well, honestly, your pronunciation was quite good, I think, compared to a lot of people that I've heard. So I
Thank you
think you're
very
doing quite well. But speaking of Armenian, you said that you learned, like, your interest in Arabic came from songs and stuff like that. So for people who might be interested in Armenian culture, would there be any type of music or artist or show that you might tell them to watch or listen to help them engage with Armenian culture?
Okay, if you want to understand the Armenian culture, you must listen Komitas, who is not only singer or artist, he is composer, musical ethnologist. So if you study his works, you will understand and you will know a lot about Armenian culture. But there are new groups too, for example, Nemra or Project LA, which are really beautiful too. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, they have songs in English too. So you can enjoy Armenian music through English words. You will understand it better.
I think that's really cool. I'm gonna have to go look up these people afterwards and check them out, I think.
Yeah.
And about films, there are many films actually, but one of them, the name is The Song of Old Days. It's a really beautiful movie. People talking about good days, the days that were happy and reminiscing about it.
Aw.
Yes, that days will not come, especially they connected to the history of Armenia, which has many hardships and migration, resilience. So if you want to understand the culture and history, that movie will help.
By the way, I would like to mention The Color of Pomegranate too, as there you can see the colors, the culture, the music, the symbols, of course, so everything. It is not like usual movies, there is no any kind of conversation. It is only colors, symbols, so you will be able to feel Armenian culture better. And songs, maybe Sari Akhchik or Dile Yaman. If you are interested, you can enjoy that.
That's honestly amazing. I think I'm gonna definitely have to look up a lot of these things when I go back home. What about you, Abdullah?
Yeah, honestly, but we do have to watch the tapes because I have, no idea how I can type any of those letters into. I think that's the thing about the Armenian language where I'm picking is really fascinating to me. The way that the words are structured feels so foreign but so familiar, which is really a very, surreal kind of feeling.
Yeah, it is really difficult. By the way, we have capital letters and small letters too, which makes it more difficult. But if you will need anything, you can just type us and we shall send the information in details. The names of the songs of the movies too.
Well, we do want to thank you for that.
You are welcome always.
I want to ask you about something because we've been speaking about Armenia for so long, so I'm sure this is going to bring some feelings of homeliness. So how do you deal with, homesickness and, missing home?
Okay, what I'm gonna say will be surprising because I have never felt homesickness here. Why? Because Armenian culture and Kuwaiti's culture are really similar. People, as I mentioned, hospitable and more than happy to help you. So that made me feel at home and I really enjoyed it. So that part didn't make me feel homesickness or loneliness. And when my friends called me and asking, do you feel cultural shock? I said, no, of course not, because I know where I'm coming and I researched everything. I studied the culture. I have already knew it. So no, I'm just enjoying it. And the people who are always ready to help you make me feel home. And I think Kuwait is my second home now.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I would say the same as we have studied a lot about Kuwait and about people here. We were already used to this before even coming here. But of course, sometimes you feel that homesickness. At that moment, I just imagine me and my friends gathering around the campfire in Armenia. We used to do like that, singing national songs, dancing national dances. And so I'm appearing in my homeland for a while. Then I come back and I enjoy here everything.
Honestly, that's amazing. When I first studied outside, I studied in the UK. And so there was a bit of culture shock for me. And in the very beginning, I was a bit homesick, but then I felt very at home with the people I met and like getting to try new things and experience different cultures. So I guess it's like a matter for different people. And the fact that Armenia and Kuwait share so many similarities must have helped you guys quite a lot, which I think is amazing. One thing I do want to ask you though, has living outside of Armenia changed the way that you see your country?
Not a lot, but I would say when you are in your homeland, you don't say in every minute that, okay, I'm Armenian. No.
True.
But here, when you meet new people and after saying your name, they ask, where are you from? And you say, okay, I am from Armenia. And I start speaking about Armenia. And I feel that I can see my homeland a little bit different. I'm talking with it with an enthusiasm, then with I feel that I'm missing that too. So everything is really interesting, and I feel interesting emotions too.
So, because we are running out of time, I do want to ask you one last question, and it's going to be great to have both of your perspectives. So, after all of your experience of being here in Kuwait, once you go back home and pursue your careers and everything, you'll find students who are in your position looking for somewhere. So, what kind of words do you have to tell them, especially about living abroad, tackling these new territories?
Okay. First of all, we are here like 2 months and
And
still,
that's it?
yes,
Yeah.
Oh.
2 months.
I thought you were here much longer.
No, just 2 months, and we still have much ahead of us. So, but if we talk right now, I would definitely advise them to come here and study here because, as I said, culture and mindset are not really diverse, so that will help them feel at home and deal with homesickness or loneliness. And also living in abroad makes you feel more confident, like living outside of your comfort zone. And also to learning language, you must live within people, and language is more than words. And every time when we approach someone to ask something, and when we ask it in Arabic, they feel so attached and they want to do their best to help us. And language is more than words. It's bridge to people's hearts, and that's the thing which I really felt here.
And I would like to describe living in abroad like this. It is gaining new skills, taking new knowledge, facing difficult, interesting obstacles. And in the end of your journey, your education, you understand that you have become more strong person. And when you go back to your homeland, you can say proudly that okay, I overcame that all obstacles, all difficulties, and now I'm more confident, I'm more intelligent, and it was really good decision to go and study in abroad.
Well, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us today. I think everything you said was so beautiful, and it really helped bridge the gap between Armenian and Kuwaiti culture, which I think was an amazing thing. And I'm so glad you guys are enjoying your time here, and I hope that you enjoy it more as you continue your studies.
We really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
No, really, thank you.
Yeah, honestly, thank you for joining us. And I do want to add just one last thing, on top of everything beautiful that you've said, for anyone who's thinking of coming to Kuwait to learn experience, I would add just one more thing. Try matbous. That's the first thing I tell foreigners, and hopefully you both tried the matbous, because honestly, it's great to share our cultures and everything. It was so great to have you sit here, talk to you, share your knowledge about Armenia. So thank you again.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
too very much.
And with that, dear viewers, we are going to go on a very quick break and we'll come right back. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of The Untold with Ellen and Karine. Honestly, amazing guests, beautifully, educated, and they were highly, insightful.
They were so sweet. I loved talking to them, and I was really amazed to find out how many similarities there are between Kuwaiti and Armenian culture, especially in terms of hospitality, which is something I know us Arabs are very proud of. and they didn't even feel homesick because of how similar it is, which I think was amazing.
Yeah, you know, that moment in the episode really brought, you know, warmth to my heart whenever she said that the first thing that Kuwait made them feel home about is the how acceptance the society was, right? How supportive we were of their studies, how people were going like, you know, whenever they're saying the simplest of words, they're going like, mashallah, how encouraging they were. And honestly, it just makes you really proud about this community, about this society.
It does. I'm also quite proud of it. And I think that it's beautiful that they were able to express so many different interests in the culture and in the language. And they were also able to give us a little peek of how beautiful Armenia is, the landscape, the weather, the food. And I think it's something that hopefully we'll get to experience if we ever travel there.
Well, hopefully we get to experience that, you know, whole range of seasons they talked about, because they said they had winter, summer, autumn, and I forgot. I forgot. We don't have that fourth.
We mainly have 2 seasons, and then the middle season, like now, where everyone's getting sick.
That's the one. That's the one I forgot about.
Yeah, one I missed the most because of all the plants.
With all the plants, yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can visit Armenia one day to see the range of seasons. With that in mind, that's the end of today's episode of The Untold. Until the next one, goodbye for now.